Hi folks, I'm Mike Madeja, Director of Education at the Independent Seaport Museum. I'm glad to be joined here today with Captain Stanley Koska of the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. Captain Stan, what are we standing in front of today?
You're standing in front of the hopper Dredge McFarland, a 319-foot hopper dredge that's owned and operated by the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers.
So what is a dredge?
Well, the McFarland is a hopper dredge, a reverse trailing suction hopper dredge actually. And so what that means is we effectively take these two drag arms, we actively run and drag those two quote-unquote vacuum cleaners, actively loading sediment from the bottom into the center of the ship.
Cool. Awesome. And that's the point of a dredge, right? You're loading sediment from the bottom of the body of water onto the dredge itself.
That's correct, yeah, to maintain a minimum channel in the depth. So shoaling will happen for various reasons, river currents, storms, etc. And part of what the ship's mission is to maintain a minimum navigation depth for commerce to safely transit waterways.
Yeah, and that's essential for every operation along the river, all the economics, commerce that's happening in and around the city. This is a massive operation and a major one. So come along as we explore the Dredge McFarland. All right, so we're officially on board the McFarland, and we're standing under what right now?
This is the starboard drag head.
Okay.
Which is the inlet for the suction. Of the suction tubing.
Yeah, and that means there's another one on the other side of the port.
There is, yeah. This is the starboard side, which is the right side of the boat, and the port, right? McFarland has dredging capabilities of 55 feet. She can dredge down to 55, and what you're looking at is approximately 10 foot wide. Drag head, it's about 12 ton. So this is the business end of a 60 ton drag arm, right? It's where the suction occurs and where this piece will meet the bottom, and creating the vacuum that's needed from the pump to pull sediment down the arm and to be loaded into the hopper section of the ship. So this section of the ship is called the hopper. It's the mid body of the ship. It's where we're able to load. So the McFarland has a cubic capacity of 3,148 cubic yards.
3,148 cubic yards.
Yes, indeed. Yes, she is a medium class hopper dredge. So
that's me.
What does that mean? When we say what is a cubic yard, it is 3 by 3 by 3, and she will hold approximately 3,100 of them as she loads. And so once it's loaded, depending on the bottom type, it can take anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour and a half to get what we call an economic load.
Okay, and you said bottom type too, and I think people often think that rivers, oceans, lakes all have the same type of sediment at the bottom.
They do not.
Right?
No.
And they don't.
No, they do not. So again, there's that's part of what the Corps of Engineers provides, right? Not only do we provide a minimum depth in channels, but we survey and know what bottom types are.
It's all so impressive and
yeah. No, you're moving Earth. If you like the sandbox, this is a cool job.
It's the perfect way of continuing that trend for yourself. All right, so where are we now officially? In a nice air-conditioned space, lots of crew around.
We're located in the Wheelhouse of the McFarland.
Yep.
This is where we control all functions, right?
Okay.
You have everything from engine controls, steering, radars for collision avoidance, VHFs for communication, depth sounders, various different production pieces of equipment that help us monitor our production, how well we're loading, displacement, draft.
There is so much to look at and observe and see here. How specialized are crew that work in the Wheelhouse in particular?
So how specialized are the crew? That's a great question. Well, as you can see, the mates are getting ready to get underway as we're sailing in a couple hours, but how specialized are they? Very, very much so. Yeah, so we invest quite a bit in the training and operation of vessels like this, right? Because they are unique. And so if you've run one hopper dredge, you can't necessarily, you can run them all, but you have to learn it.
Yeah, so you also mentioned something pretty exciting that you're getting ready to head out or go out.
Yeah.
What happens to prepare the ship for that?
Well, what second mate right now is doing is he's pulling charts for where we're going to work. He's making sure that things are up to date.
That's awesome.
We test all our gear, right? So we test engine control, shutdowns, etc., right? We go through, test our general arm, our PA system, right? We have mandated tests that are done because we're a Coast Guard inspected vessel.
Okay. How long does it take to get ready to go out?
Usually roughly 4 to 6 hours.
4 to 6 hours. That's
provided that we're loaded with fuel. Yeah, provided that we have fuel and on all of our stuff aboard.
That's so intense.
So it's not too bad.
No, but a very doable thing. So what else does somebody need to know about the Wheelhouse?
Oh, well, the Wheelhouse. So we work, there's a bunch, obviously you see some people behind, but typically working up here, there's the function of 2 deck officers. Much like in aviation, a pilot and a co-pilot. We work with 2 unlimited class licensed deck officers. They work in tandem with each other to generate a really safe, it's almost like a check and balance thing.
Yeah, it's so necessary, especially experiencing those changes and just the volume of traffic or even the type of sediment that you're drawing up.
Yeah, it's going to change everywhere you go.
For any number of circumstances.
Be ready for anything.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right, well, thank you so much for spending time with us today.
Yeah, no, we're happy to do it.
This was a magical experience and a really cool experience, and delighted to have you on board and talking us through how Dredge works.
Sure, we're happy to have you. Thanks, Mike.
Awesome. All right, next up we'll be joined by Tim Kelly of the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers for a little bit more on the ship. All right, so Tim Kelly and I are back on the McFarland and doing a little bit more of exploration, but one thing I did want to ask, Captain Sand mentioned earlier about the Philadelphia district. So what does the Army Corps of Engineers do in the Philadelphia district? What are we doing right near Fort Mifflin, the airport? What happens along the Delaware?
Sure, so I'm Tim Kelly, Acting Chief of Operations for the Philadelphia district, and we maintain 105 miles of channel on the Delaware River. So the Delaware River is the main lifeline for bringing goods and services in through the Philadelphia area. We also maintain 46 miles of the channel through the C&D Canal, which connects Philadelphia to Baltimore. Yeah. And then we also maintain the Intercoastal Waterway, which is through New Jersey and then down all the way down through Maryland to Florida.
So about 500 miles of work that y'all have to cover, or river and other bodies of water that you have to cover in the area and in the region, right?
Yes.
Yes, so no pressures, no qualms there. It's a big job to do and take over anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, it's challenging, and we work with through Dredge McFarland to help us maintain the channels through they have 70 working days on the channel, as well as we do contracts that maintain the channel.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So, and then we have roughly about 8,000 acres on the Delaware River for disposal of dredge material.
Yeah, so you have the base here, and then elsewhere along the river you have those disposal sites,
yes.
right? Yeah, okay. Yeah. So I imagine it takes the crew a lot of work and a lot of effort to do, let alone moving between the 10 decks of the ship. What else does the crew do on board McFarland?
Yeah, so the crew actually lives on board while they're underway. They get underway for approximately 2 weeks at a time. They just actually finished a red flag call out down in North Carolina, where they were underway for 39 days straight. So we have a galley on board, and they each have their staterooms on board. But amongst beyond that, they also maintain. We have 10 diesels on board, and maintain all the equipment through just their own resources. Yeah. As Captain Stan likes to say, they're PhDs of the sea, and so they actually maintain the ship and maintain the channels all over the eastern seaboard and the Gulf. Yeah,
because especially if you're out on a deployment of sorts, right, for 39 days, you're not always near land. If something goes wrong, you have to repair it yourself, and you have to take care of that yourself. So having that crew on board that can do that is a major thing and a necessity, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. And they are, there's no fire company that comes out if there's a fire, so they're all trained in emergency operations as well as dredging and maintaining the ship.
Yeah, just add it on. No problem. That's fine, right?
Yeah. So they are active all the time while they're underway.
So I know you mentioned galley on board. One of the things that people love on the Bakuna and the Olympia is seeing the galley. Could we see the galley here?
Sure. Yeah, it's through this door. So there's 2 areas. This is there's deck officers, licensed officers. In the Navy we call it the wardroom. Okay. And they eat on that side, and then on this side is the crew that. They're able-bodied seamen that live here, and then we have the galley, where it's kind of it's a stretch here. If you want to look inside,
it's like stainless steel heaven every time. Okay. No, see hash browns.
Yeah.
Like, really want those. All right, so Tim and I were just talking. Naval traditions and naval terms are always pretty special and kind of sometimes weird. Right now we are in the
forecastle
of the McFarland. Usually this is just the stern part of the ship, right?
Bow.
Forward. Of the ship. Forward. See, thank you. I'm always learning my naval terms. The crew at home is making fun of me. I know that. I understand that. I'll get there one day. So what happens on this part of the ship?
So up here, they have the anchor windlasses. So we have 2 anchors. I believe they're 6,000-pound twin flukes. And then more or less, they don't really operate here unless they're going to anchor. But this is up here, as you can see above us, is the bridge. So it's where they operate looking forward, and where they're dredging and maintaining their positions.
Perfect. Awesome. Well, thank you for the intro to this part of the ship, and thank you for joining us today. Sure. Excited for the rest of the explorations of dredging, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, and seeing where we go from here.
Thanks. I appreciate it. Yeah, we'll be happy to have you on board and get you out on one of our survey vessels so you can see more of the channel and the Delaware River and what we do for the area.
Awesome. That sounds great. Thank you so much, everybody.